I used to think I was lucky. Not because I was rich, because honestly, I wasn't. I drove a beat-up Honda with one broken speaker, worked double shifts at a grocery store in Chicago, and lived in a tiny apartment where the heater only worked when it wanted to. But every morning, I woke up thinking, at least I have her. Her name was Sophie. Blue eyes, perfect smile, the type of girl who walked into a room and somehow made everyone look at her without even trying. And somehow, she chose me. At least that's what I thought. We met at a coffee shop downtown. I was sitting alone editing a resume on my laptop when she accidentally spilled iced coffee all over my table. She looked horrified. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I laughed and said, "It's okay. My life was already a mess anyway." She laughed so hard people actually turned around to look at us. That was the beginning. After that day, we started texting non-stop. Late night calls. Long walks. Cheap pizza dates. She used to tell me things like, "You're different from other guys. I feel safe with you. I don't care about money. I just want someone real." And like an idiot, I believed every word. The first few months felt perfect. Too perfect. But slowly, little things started feeling weird. Every time we went out, somehow I always paid. At first, I didn't care. I mean, I loved her. If she forgot her wallet? No problem. Needed help with rent? I got you. Her phone bill? Sure. Groceries? Of course. I kept telling myself, that's what boyfriends do. But the requests kept growing. "Baby, can you help me this month? I'm struggling. Babe, my car payment is late. Can I borrow $500? I promise I'll pay you back." And every single time, I said yes. Even when it meant skipping meals. Even when my bank account looked terrifying. Because when you love someone, your brain starts making excuses your heart wants to hear. One night, I picked up an extra shift at work because Sophie said she was stressed about money again. I worked 12 hours straight. My feet hurt. My back hurt. I remember staring at expired cereal boxes at 2 a.m. thinking, I'm doing this for our future. That same night, I decided to surprise her. I bought flowers with the little money I had left and drove to her apartment. But when I got there, her car wasn't outside. No lights on. Nothing. I texted her. No reply. Then I called. Straight to voicemail. I figured maybe she was asleep. So I drove home. But something felt off. That weird feeling in your stomach when your brain knows something before your heart accepts it. The next day, she acted completely normal. Sorry babe, I passed out early. I wanted to believe her. So I did. Again. A few weeks later, Sophie suddenly became obsessed with social media. Instagram photos. Fancy restaurants. Luxury hotels. Designer bags. And it confused me because she supposedly had no money. Meanwhile, I was eating instant noodles so I could help her pay bills. One day, I finally asked, "How are you affording all this?" She smiled. "Oh, my friend Jessica got us discounts." Looking back now, that lie was so obvious. But love makes you blind. Actually, not blind. Desperate. Desperate to believe the person you love would never hurt you. Then came the night that changed everything. I was working late when my coworker Marcus walked up to me holding his phone. "Yo, isn't this your girl?" I looked down. And my chest dropped. It was Sophie. At some rooftop party downtown. Wrapped around some older guy wearing a Rolex. Her caption said, "Love being spoiled." I laughed. Not because it was funny. Because my brain literally refused to process what I was seeing. I grabbed Marcus's phone again. Scrolled through more photos. Same guy. Different places. Expensive dinners. Vacation pictures. Designer shopping bags. Then I saw the comments. One girl wrote, "Girl, you secured the bag." And Sophie replied, "Always. I swear." In that exact moment, something inside me broke. I left work early and drove straight to her apartment. My hands were shaking the entire drive. When she opened the door, she smiled like normal. "Baby." I held up my phone. Her face changed instantly. Not guilt. Not sadness. Annoyance. Like I was inconveniencing her. "You wanna explain this?" She rolled her eyes. "It's not what you think." That sentence. I hate that sentence. Because it's always exactly what you think. I asked her directly. "Are you cheating on me?" Silence. Then she sighed dramatically. "Why are you making this such a big deal?" My stomach dropped even harder. Such a big deal? I looked around her apartment. The apartment I helped pay for. The couch I bought. The TV I bought. The groceries I bought. And suddenly I realized something horrifying. I wasn't her boyfriend. I was one of her wallets. Then she finally said the words I'll never forget. "You're sweet, but you're not enough for the life I want." That sentence destroyed me. Not enough. After everything I did. Every shift. Every sacrifice. Every time I ignored my own problems to fix hers. I just stood there frozen. And she kept talking. "I mean, look at you. You're broke. You work at a grocery store. You think love is enough?" Every word felt like getting punched in the chest. Then she laughed a little and said, "You were useful though." Useful. Not loved. Useful. I wish I could tell you I gave some cool speech and walked away like a movie character. I didn't. I cried in my car for almost an hour. Like full breakdown crying. The kind where breathing hurts. Because the worst part wasn't losing her. It was realizing the relationship I loved never actually existed. I fell in love with a version of her that wasn't real. The next few months were brutal. I stopped answering calls. Stopped going out. Barely slept. Every time my phone buzzed, I secretly hoped it was her apologizing. Pathetic, right? That's the scary thing about heartbreak. Even after someone destroys you, part of you still misses them. But eventually, something changed. One morning I looked at my bank account and realized how much money I'd wasted trying to keep someone who never respected me. Thousands of dollars. Gone. And for the first time, I got angry. Not at her. At myself. Because I ignored every red flag. I kept trying to earn love from someone who only loved what I provided. So I decided my life had to change. I started working on myself. Gym every morning. Saving money. Reading books. Learning skills online. I stopped chasing validation. Stopped trying to impress people. And slowly, my life improved. A year later, I got a better job in tech support. Then another. Eventually I moved into a better apartment. Bought a new car. Started traveling. And weirdly enough, the happier I became alone, the less I cared about Sophie. Then one night, I got a text from an unknown number. "Hey, it's Sophie." Of course it was. I stared at the screen for a long time. Then another message came. "I miss you." Funny how people miss you after they realize nobody else will tolerate them. She asked if we could meet. Against my better judgment, I said yes. We met at the same coffee shop where we first met. But this time, she looked different. Not physically. Emotionally. Tired. Less confident. Like life humbled her. She smiled awkwardly. "You look good." I just nodded. Then she started talking. Apparently the rich guy dumped her after a few months. Then another guy used her. Then another. And suddenly she realized. The perfect life she chased wasn't real. Then she looked at me and said, "You were the only guy who ever genuinely cared about me." I won't lie. A part of me wanted to hear that. The old version of me would have taken her back instantly. But people change after pain. And pain taught me something important. Love without respect destroys you. Before leaving, she asked quietly, "Do you think we could try again?" And for the first time in my life, I didn't choose emotions over self-respect. I smiled politely and said, "No." Not angrily. Not dramatically. Just peacefully. Because I finally understood something. When someone only loves you for what you provide, they don't actually love you. Real love doesn't disappear when money disappears. Real love stays during the broke days. The stressful days. The ugly days. And if someone makes you feel like you must earn basic loyalty, walk away. Because being alone is painful. But being used by someone who pretends to love you? That destroys your soul. So if you're watching this right now, and deep down you know someone is only keeping you around for convenience, listen carefully. Love should never feel like constant proving. The right person won't measure your value using your wallet. And trust me, losing fake love hurts for a little while. But keeping fake love? That ruins your entire life. So yeah, that's how I learned the hardest lesson of my life. Sometimes the person holding your hand is also the person slowly draining your happiness. And the scary part? Fake love doesn't always look toxic in the beginning. Sometimes it looks beautiful. Comforting. Perfect even. Until one day you realize you were never loved for who you are. Only for what you could give. So if someone in your life only shows up when they need money, attention, favors, or validation, pay attention to that. Because real love stays loyal even when life gets difficult. And honestly, the moment I stopped begging for love was the moment I finally found peace. If this story hit you emotionally, drop a comment, self-respect first. And subscribe for more real stories like this.